Okie dokie. Hello. Hey. Hi. Welcome. And things. Hi. Here we are. I've been working away this morning on this little chest piece. As I'm not only building this on stream because then I will not have time. Yo! Yo, 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 indeed. So we're getting a lot more details here now. Bendy bits, blocky bits, thin, small, flappy bits, more bendy bits. Made a little cutout down here. Hey, sausage! Yeah, oh yeah, and I made the panel lines for like the service hatch for this part. Added some green thin lines there. And basically, I'm gonna add some ribs here, is the plan. Uh, how are you today, sausage? And then we are going. I want to make like a box. I want something here because I want it to be like an open, like somebody broke it up, and I'm gonna have some cables and stuff, and maybe put in a circuit board in there, so it's like a hot wired thingy. I'm doing pretty good. Been pretty productive this this first half of the day or so. So we're gonna jump right into it. Let's bring you along. Let's look. Looks like a pretty good angle. We will add some because we're gonna glue these. Let's see if we can get everything into the picture. There's the glue. There is the bits. You can't see the bits anyway. We put the bits there. Yeah, there we go. Tiny little 2 millimeter craft foam bits, and we're gonna put on like 3 of them on each side. And we're going to do that with super glue because there's nothing tugging it. They just need to get stuck there. And the plan is to put some super glue on one side like that and sort of fit it in. And once that has completely set, we can just lift this up and glue the rest. That way we have a bit to hold on to, because if we just put smear glue on there, I just know it's gonna end up on my fingers somehow. And now to get the distance in between here, I thought we could use another one of these little bits. Kind of like that. And since the glue is like squeezing out, we are careful not to have this bit over here, because then it might get stuck in the glue as well, and we don't want that. And then we will, and we will use the same bit to, same little piece to measure the distance with the whole time, so the distance is equal in every instance. And this is a medium like super glue, which just means it's a little bit thicker and it does take a little bit longer. It's not like it's just some super glues and go like shloop, and then it's stuck. And it takes a little while for it, just the tiniest little while, uh, for it to set. And that means that we have time to make small adjustments before it's completely stuck, and then we'll get the first piece about the same distance. It's not that. It's not that. We don't need to be that thorough. Just thorough enough. Okay, now I have glue all over my little toothpick. And as always, with like, especially with super glue, I like to do the toothpick thingy so we don't squirt glue on our pieces directly, because if we squirt out a bit too much glue, then we're gonna have a mess, and we don't want a mess. So what are today's topics? Are we keep talking movies today, or Are we talking cosplay? Cyberpunk. Good or food. We can talk food. Food is always good. I mean, I'm just trying to come up with a conversation topic before we go out of hand, get out of hand, and start talking about stuff. You know. Let's move these small bits, and let's get the glue under there. Oh, that's a bit much. You're browsing. Oh, you're painting. Okay, well, that is a valid Mojingi thingy to do. To not having to partake in any of the topics unless you really feel that it's something you would want to. Stop browsing board games. God damn it. God damn it, man. Stop it. Or not. I mean, it's up to you. But yeah, imagine trying to catch up playing all these games once the all the things have calmed down enough to start meeting people and playing games again. Will you even have time to go through all your games? You got that itch. Oh, I see, I see. Well, I think that if you have an itch to, I mean, maybe you have a board game itch, I guess. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense, I suppose. But if you just had an itch for like doing things, you can, yeah. Uh, yeah, but tabletops in general, okay. I think you should spend some money on some quality terrain and stuff for games or like miniatures and stuff. I don't know if you play any games with a lot of miniatures. Well, I do. I don't know you play a few and stuff, but yeah, mini war games. So yeah, this is D&D. You should buy really buy stuff, D&D stuff for campaigns. You can visualize things. That's super cool. And I'm not saying that you should order them from Sweden or anything, but you should totally order them from Sweden. Nah, I understand the sudden itching and wanting and stuff. Need to figure out this stuff. You must be gonna do skirmish mini games. Yeah, I kind of prefer those mostly, even though I'm actively trying to, well, as soon as we can anyway, get back into 40k. But hey, I'm building my, literally building my own army, so I really don't need to bother about having an itch to buy stuff for that so much. Yeah, let's not put one there. Swedish made terrain, eh? Yeah, I heard this Pixel dude. He builds terrain like really detailed houses and stuff. Crazy dude. Totally crazy dude. But you know how Swedish people are. They're crazy, all of them. They live where there are polar bears, goddammit. Come on. I'm out of stereotypes. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's that darn shipping. Uh, makes, I'm guessing import taxes or customs and stuff as well. Not just the shipping. The shipping is not super, doesn't have to be super expensive, but if you add, because I ordered some things from Reaper that came from England, and they're like, "Hello, this is your friendly post office calling, email, sending you a message and telling you that we have this package, and you need to pay this in tax, and then you need to pay this service fee." It's like, what the? God damn it, Brexit! So all the companies like Privateer Press and Reaper They're like, oh, we're setting up some European shops as well, so we can send things to people cheaper, and we'll do it in England because they already speak English. And England's like, we're not gonna be in the union anymore. We're gonna leave now. No, no, but today actually, normally today we should be building terrain, but since the cosplay competition is deadline like the May 5th, we're doing cosplay. Otherwise, Fridays should be terrain day, shouldn't they? They should indeed, Mr. Pixel. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. This did a lot, and of course, uh, we could also mark out these holes, I guess, because we're gonna have the shoulder armor pivot around here. So when we move our arm, this actually moves up a bit, just a tad, just a tad. And then we have the old shoulder pad that was too small, and I'm thinking we could actually just use that and put that underneath here, and that'll look pretty neat. We're not gonna put these in though because we want to paint everything and fix everything, and we want to uh, make these properly and sand these out so we don't have this pattern. Basically, I guess we could just actually actually use this bit to measure out on the other side as well. Just do like we did on the last one. We just punch a hole there, and as you can see here, we have there's a plastic pipe in here, so there's not so much wear and tear on the actual foam because I mean foam might seem quite durable because you can walk on it and stuff, but it's if it's like thin, you can literally rip it into pieces. So we'll have to try and think about that a bit. Okay, so this goes like there. Yeah, and even though I like this build, to be honest, it's gonna be really nice to get back to the normal screen schedule later because I'm having an itch. Yeah, it's all with all the small details now. It's really starting to look like something. Uh, no, because I'm really having an itch for. I have my own itches, okay. Having an itch for building me some terrain bits and stuff. I want to build some. I want to build some fantasy terrain. I don't want to build any more Necromunda stuff right now. Well, maybe that too in the end, but I just want to build like a cool little medieval inn, and then we'll just super glue this in place. Yeah, but right now I really need to keep focus as well on this, so this have not all been for vain. Then we needed to do this properly, yeah. I don't know why I went with weird accents there, but that's just how we roll today, I guess. And then we will, well, yeah, I have an itch to do some stonework uh, and some, I don't know, British cottage Tudor style, whitewashed walls and stuff like that as well. So something. I have a picture somewhere of a really cool looking inn because I have a friend who is a concept artist, and so he pushes things out on his Facebook every now and then. It's like, oh, this is just like a study I did, and he drew a building like years and years ago, and I was like, I want to build this. So that's some terrain is good. Terrain can be sold. Yes, this can also be sold. I'll build cosplay things for people. I'll sell this whole thing when the competition is over. I don't have a usually don't have a streak for like sentimental streak for stuff like that. Maybe I'll have when this is done. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just gonna be so bloody tired of it. I just want to get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What happens next might shock you. Doo, doo, doo. I was just gonna say you can click the link there and see all the terrain things, but I don't think I have any houses up there. I only have like one or two things. Well, and the dice. I need to put up the dice tower. That's what I need to do. I need to put up tower D6 on the Etsy store. That's a thing I need to do. Uh, try and remember that for. Oh yeah, it's it's still hanging there, Pixel. That's why you can't find it. Okay. I mean, as we talked about texture rollers last time, and I'm gonna actually print me a couple of texture rollers for quick terrain making. I think, but because otherwise, um, I'm way more into the cut out one stone at a time sort of buildings. I don't know if you've seen these little thingies. So, but they are extremely time consuming, of course, so they are not as easily sold as some other stuff, I would imagine. Yeah, but with a texture, or even just take a pencil or pen or whatever, and just scribe the lines into the foam is a lot more cost effective, even though the effect isn't as great. And that will squeeze the tube a bit, but we can fix that quickly. Because this part, how it looks under here, is not going to be an issue because these are of course going to cover that, like so, and like so, and that's. It doesn't move much, but it moves enough when you move your arm. And then we'll put like a little rivet head on top here of where that is. And we'll do the same thing. We'll cut this off and glue it in, and the same thing on all sides. Because this is probably gonna come to rest like here on the when you're like wearing it, not like hanging so far down. Yeah, I really enjoy doing those kind of buildings. Have you seen the gaming board, by the way? That I have a Malifaux. Did I show that at some point? I should have, but maybe I didn't. The individually stone-made gaming table, which is the real insanity, to be honest. It's a bit of an insanity. Okay, so I'm thinking I might want to build. Yeah, I think I showed that like early on at some point. Because I'm considering putting like a. Or maybe I should just make a armor thingy that wraps around. Because if I'm just wearing, let's put this on actually. It's easier to discuss this way. All right. So yeah, because it stops like right under the chest, like almost where the ribs stop. So it's basically cybernetic armor for, you know, torso stuff, hearts, lungs and stuff. But I have been thinking about what to do with the rest of the body down to the top of the pants, because we're gonna have pants and then we're gonna have some cybernetic boot leg thingies going up a bit on the leg, not all the way up. So I have been considering, I've been playing around with the idea of, because this is pretty tight. You might have noticed that when I put it on. So, but I'm thinking could add some. Just doesn't have to go all the way. Doesn't have to go all the way down, but basically in under. But don't think. I don't think we can actually get that uh, in under here and then get it on. I think it needs to be either added to like the edge, or it has to be put on separately, and then like fastened somewhere somehow. Because you see, it's not even inside here yet. Because this is quite snug, which is by design. Because it's not supposed to be like a power armor. It's supposed to be uh, integrated part of the character because it's cybernetic. I mean, I guess it could be cybernetic and have armor. And this is just top armor. But now it is that snug, so I don't think we're gonna change that so much. It's also a bit hard to get this on when you have this loose shirt. 'Cause I'm gonna need the under, whatever is gonna be worn under, it has to be a very tight fitting shirt because it's gonna be like cables and stuff on it anyway, especially on the arms between the upper and lower arms for the joints. But yeah, building it downwards a bit. I'm also pushing this around quite a lot when I'm trying to do this because it should be like there. There we go. My initial plan was to build out the chest a bit more because it's kind of leaning now. But yeah, and in the back, yeah. And no, I don't think that will fit under there well either. But I want to do something with this part down to like where the pants start, so you don't have my belly poking out. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do something or something hanging off this. Uh, it's also really annoyingly hard because we should have shirt should be like that somewhere. Makes it a lot because that's another problem right now trying to get this fitted in there because I can fit my hand all the way around. So I mean we could shove something up there afterwards once we put this on. And We could possibly have some kind of a fastening behind here so it hangs still stays in place. But I have not yet really made up my mind about this part. Right. I want to have a panel, as I said, on the back. So let's get this off and figure that out because that's basically the last part. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with all the small parts. There's going to be a numbering here, so that's going to fill out like with paint. We don't have to bother about making the details on big flat surfaces are good, but don't put in stuff just because you want to put stuff in, basically. But it's still quite comfortable to wear and it's not overly complicated to get on. So that's a good thing. And then we need to cut out all of these things, of course, that are gonna go in here. But we're not gonna put these in until we have painted the whole thing anyway. And then we will glue them in place. I was thinking about filling up here, but that just feels like I'm filling things up for no reason. So we're not gonna go with that. We're gonna go and make some sort of a kind of looks pretty good anyway, but I want to have like a box that covers this area, and then I want like a lid or a service hatch or whatever open, and I want some cables seen there, and I maybe want some cables hanging out. Oh, yay! Starting to yawning 27 minutes into the stream. Did not sleep well this night though. But the plan is today to have this, all the details fixed on this and everything done with this. And my basic idea right now is just this part. Don't really know how that will look though. So that's what we're gonna see. Just, oh, do I want that? Just looks. We could put like a couple of cables down there, I guess. We could try something like putting a couple of cables like that instead. Don't want too many. I mean, we already have a bunch of loose cables. Oh yeah, I was thinking about making a cover for one of the sides and only have it sitting on like one side somewhere. Like there's supposed to be covers over all of these parts, but they're sort of not there for one reason. Yeah, we don't have to make it this long, I guess. We can take a shorter bit and we can sort of put them like a couple of cables like that. I think that actually might be better as well. I actually think that might be better as well. I think so too. We could, I mean, don't have, these could just be holders for like electrical cables. So we could break one off, I guess, and have cables. Or just skip the cable idea, maybe. Let's make a similar looking thingy from you then. And then we shall get some of this PVC. Oh wait, that's the wrong size. We need the bigger size. Because then we can cut rings out of this and put like on the ends, kind of like these are, if we want to. I think that's a bit too thick though, so we're still gonna go with the thinner one then, I guess. Oh, kaboom! And then we can glue these because these are the same size, so we can just glue it flush on like that. Uh, and just make small rings of this so it looks like it's fastened somehow. What are you planning for? Are you planning to buy stuff? Stop watching the board games now. Come back to the stream. No, don't open a new tab for the board games. Don't do it. Alternatively, I should try and get sponsored by somebody who makes board games and just go like, yeah, you should totally play this game and that game and this game. Oh, what have you been thinking about buying? Hmm, that is good. That is always good. Ah, this is such an annoying thing to have to do. And then we could glue this on there. If we really, do we need that though? Yeah, I think we need it on the upper part anyway, so it doesn't look so weird. Kind of like that look, sort of. Let's give it a go and see how it looks. Oh, so it's gonna be, yeah, you need, yeah, getting a good desk is a, oh, it's pretty good. It's good to have a good desk, duh. But yeah, my desk where I usually sit down and do my painting is pretty good because uh, it's adjustable. Just a couple of levers and you can lift the whole surface. Hey shark! Hello shark. How is the shark in the box today? Welcome in. Welcome. Kind of want to have a ring like that on the other one as well. Yeah, there's a lot of detail going on now. We're just trying to see if we're gonna put some cabling. Maybe we should just have one cable here. Or should we have two? I don't know. Or should we just don't overdo it in that specific area? That's another option, I guess. So many options. Aggressive gardening. Ah. Yeah, and this table, this whole thing that goes from like over there to like way over to where the drill press is over there. Uh, it's just a table I built because I needed a workbench, so I decided to not try and find one that was affordable, so I just made one instead. Aggressive gardening. Sounds like aggressive negotiations, which of course is not negotiation at all. So aggressive gardening, you dug up a lot of things very violently, I suppose. We could put like more of these, like a bunch of them going into this, because I'm thinking this is like the prototype working power core, and it's supposed to be smaller. They have just haven't figured out how to do that yet, uh, sort of deal, because it's quite impractical to have a big sort of radioactive thing on the back like that. Yeah. Well, the best thing about the whole table is it just put on together with screws, so I can just, if I need to get it out of here, I can actually just dismantle it. It's gonna take a while because there's a lot of screws, because basically, well, there you have the legs. Uh, so there's quite a few legs and bits put together. So there's basically 2x3s for legs, and between here there's a beam going across that both these I don't remember what they're called. Shipboards. These shipboards are uh, leaning on or lying on. Just rolling around and saw in the bins, throwing the. All right. I see. I see. Well, aggressive gardening. Why not? So she's pretty sturdy, and these chipboards are super cheap. So I can just, when this is gets too worn, I can just unscrew them because there are screws in the table as well. Toss them out or use them for something else and put in a new one. I don't want the cables there. Or do I want one? I don't know. Yeah, I want one. Should we put this on before painting? It's not that much too hard. These down here and on the both sides, on the front, on the back, and everywhere, they are going to be put in afterwards. But this could actually be kind of put in right now. Well, and it's also ideal for my hands to lean on, like when I'm working. Uh, so it's like it's literally just so I'm standing pretty comfortably and have some distance, but I don't have to stretch and I don't have to stand like this. I can just work. So I literally measured it out so it would work for me, which probably is not ideal for a bunch of people because I'm 185 centimeters tall, so I'm not super short. So it's not the ideal height for people, I would guess. Otherwise, gonna make keep building it out around the walls around later on, and gonna make some lower places where you can sit. Yeah, and then the second shelf, I you can like put boards down there, so you can build shelves underneath here if you want to. Yeah, or they can sit at or we can use the adjustable table for people that are visiting. Why? Sometimes it just starts to wander and sometimes it just works. It's so annoying. Yeah, you get the adjustable table. And then you start to wonder for no reason. I'm not angling anything differently. Just starts to wander sometimes and it's super annoying. I'm not gonna deal with this side yet today, so I'm gonna just see how the other side looks and say, hey, oh, we already did that. It's already weird on that side as well. I mean, that tool is made to cut metal pipes and not plastic pipes, so I'm not gonna fuss too much about that, but I guess we can just put this on like this anyways and later. But actually, I think we're gonna put that on after we have painted it. Because these will of course go in here and they will cover quite a lot. So we have a lot of these pipes already, so maybe I won't put any there. I think we'll just leave that for now. I can't figure out what I want to do with it right now. Well, if there is a desk and she could sit comfortably under it, you can bet she will be down there sculpting. She likes to sit under things. It's in the nature of her, or sitting on the floor because it's comfortable. Well, I mean, we'll see once we start getting paint on it what we have to do here. But if I have to adjust these and sand the edges down, we won't know until we have the undersuits. So there's nothing to do about that. And if we're not doing anything there, I think the chest bit is done. I think we've gotten as far as we can with this without painting or the other parts. My goal was to be at this stage at the end of today's stream, so I'm a bit confused right now because I'm not really sure what to do. We can start looking at the arms. We can just hang this up over here where it likes to hang because I have a thingy to hang it on, basically. Feels weird. Terrain, terrain, terrain. Okay. I think she wants me to build terrain. So then we'll just make another copy of this. I'm gonna, not really sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I want it to be something more than just this. And then you had each, okay, I see. Yeah, but there's also this cosplay thingy. But a break from the cosplay thingy might also be good. So, and with the, then with, of course, with the proper bit here. So I think I'm gonna, on the undersuit, I'm gonna actually take a piece of thin foam and make like an almond shape almost and glue it to the undersuit so it sits between here. Yeah, and I'm also like 4 hours ahead of schedule. I'm also on a kind of a roll. That is very true. But I have been rolling because all the small details have been added today mostly. So I have already rolled. That's why I'm yawning. Also, I slept really bad. I think my subconscious was having some kind of a panic seizure attack thingy in my head. Because yesterday when I left my phone at the workshop. So before I got here today, I didn't have my phone, and it was like a little bit. Because you always have your phone with you anyway. I usually I don't forget my phone or my keys. Basically, that's it doesn't happen. So that the fact that it happened means that I was kind of tired yesterday, I think. And yeah, and I think my brain didn't really handle it so well, so it woke me up in the middle of the night, like during the night several times. But the phone was here, and I knew basically exactly where I had put it. When I came home, I realized where I put the phone when I didn't find it at home, and I was like, okay, well, it's there. I'm gonna go there tomorrow. It's okay. But brain, well, that's a different story. It's a tough choice. Yeah, okay, so otherwise, we could do the other arm. We could cut out the other, because the other arm and the other, well, actually, I don't want to do anything with the arms until I have and I think the undersuit. Sweetheart, you need to find me if you had another tight shirt, another black tight shirt that I can use for undersuit, that I can basically glue shit to without you being sad about it. So, yeah, you need to finish crawl, one thing at a time. Okay. Well, finish off Krull then and then go find me a shirt. I don't need the shirt now. I'm not gonna be able to get it and get out here with it until tomorrow. I'm just putting it on your next thing to do list. Because you said you would. So, but yeah, you need to finish Krull. I agree. I have finished off Greg, I think. I'm pretty happy with how Greg is doing at the moment. We're doing some painting commissions for a friend. Uh, so we're doing some D&D characters. So he did a couple of Hero Forge thingies that he had made and had printed. Come on, focus. Focus, 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 focus. Can we have some focus, please? There we go. No, don't focus on the background. And yes, his axe is tied to his hand. Tiny bit of focus every now and then. I guess you know what we could do. This should help out quite a lot, I would hope. No, let's focus on the foam. That's good. Good camera. Huh, well, you have seen enough. Yeah, it was a bit of interesting to mix the paint for the armor because it's sort of a turquoisey metal and not blue, because there are blue metal paints and I don't have any turquoise, so I had to mix up some regular paints with some metallic paint, but it turned out well. Hey, Mitch. Hi, Mitch. Look what I got. I got like a torso thingy. I got like an armor thingy torso. I have a thing. You 7 kilometers of skiing? I don't know who forced you to that, but they should be punished. I'm just kidding. I'm guessing you like skiing. It's just that I don't, so I don't know. How do I put it on? The thing? The stuff? Well, kind of like over my head. I'm in over my head. Actually, I wanna do a test. Actually, we're gonna. It's part of a class. Oh, it's part of your class. It's like, hey, I'm going to school, so we're gonna have to go on a 7 kilometer skiing trip. What? Oh no, that's not how you want to do this, Pixel. You want this to be a little bit longer than you think it would be. Actually, it isn't on that side. Okay. Uh, if I had time, I would make some kind of a thingy here. It was nice though. Oh, it's good. Uh, if I had more time and stuff, I would make some kind of a magnet solution inside here, I think. You need a nap now. All right, how to put this on. And then we can turn around until we get dizzy, or until we find the arm staff. And we can see how the hinging seems to be working. Yeah, and it's very comfortable. It sits a bit tight. Well, it's not a bit tight. I mean, I can get my hand in bit underneath here without a problem. But it's very snug and tight and nice. It's quite comfortable. Uh, and got there's here this starts to sort of stop your movement, but you can do all the sort of movements otherwise almost. So it's a great success so far. Okay, and now we're gonna have to take everything off again. So it's so far I can get in and out of the whole thing by myself, which is really good if I'm ever gonna get to a con with it, for example. We don't need like a whole crew to put like the whole thing on me. So far, so far. And then of course we have the mask, which is going to be get a couple of magnets here, and then we will get some makeup glue, and we will glue a couple of magnets. Well, we'll glue a couple of prosthetic pieces to my forehead that looks like, cybernetic implants, and this will just click onto that. And we already tried that with some tape though. not with the glue because we don't have any glue as at the moment. So then we'll get that on. This will get some LEDs. I don't think I will put LEDs in any of the eyes. I'm thinking I will put some LEDs here. You mostly see out of these two. You can see like, of course, sideways that way. Otherwise your field of vision is quite narrow. We'll put in a big lens behind all of the plastic sheet, behind all of this. But yeah, so that's that one. So we have quite a few of the parts. Gonna need to get some of that glue though, so we can test the prosthetics idea. I also have a really cool idea for how to turn on the LEDs in the mask. Do you want to know? Are you curious? Okay. Always. Oh, funny how I would feel somebody would be curious. Okay, so the plan then for this. Oh, that's the wrong pen. Yes, so we know what we're dealing with here. So this is from the scene from the backside. So at least two magnets will be added here. And here's my plan. My plan is to put some, let's say I put LEDs down here. So let's put some LEDs like here that sticks out onto the front so they of course shine from the front, right? And I maybe should bring you a bit closer so you can actually see what I'm drawing. So yeah, like that. So magnets up here, and then we'll put the battery like here. There'll be a cable from there. Well, all the batteries or whatever, I don't know. I just made three LEDs for some reason, I don't know. We pull the cable through the LEDs, and then it goes up there. I don't know if anybody knows anything about electronics, but you know when you connect something and it goes around to the battery, it's called a circuit, right? So, that's what's in the mask: LEDs, batteries, and the circuit is not completed because these are not connected. So on the prosthetic parts, I want a magnet there and a magnet there, and then we'll make some kind of a prosthetic piece that goes between and maybe a bit over the forehead like that. And inside between these two magnets here, you have another cable. And that means because magnets are made out of metal, when you put this on, it will connect these two magnets in the mask through this little cable on my forehead, and that will complete the circuit. So that means when you put this on, it goes and starts glowing, and then when you take it off, it turns off. So that's my not so secret idea anymore. So instead of having like an on-off switch somewhere and having to muck around with that, as soon as you put this on your face and it attaches to the magnets, it completes the circuit and the power will flow through. Yes, it is totally safe because these are 3-volt batteries with no amps in them at all. So, I mean, these have probably stronger magnets, more power than that. And they're also speakers, so they also have magnets on them, by the way. In case you were worried about my health of gluing magnets and electrifying them on my forehead. I'm already wearing electrical magnets, so that's fine. Pretty sure it's gonna be okay. And it's literally, I mean, you've seen this when I show you the plastic and how a LED can light up the edges of the plastic, right? And all I do then is hold on to the battery and the LED so it doesn't affect me. If you have a pacemaker, please consult your doctor before doing anything like that, by the way. But I don't have a pacemaker and I don't have a bad heart, so I don't have to worry so much about a tiny little battery or magnet. All right. Yeah, I can't really solve the rest of the armor for the rest of the upper body until we have the undersuit either, actually. I guess we could start looking at a leg. I'm trying to really hard not to build something terrainy right now. Because I have, here we go, from another project, which you're gonna see because one of them is full of dried glue. So basically I found a few years back some boots. Yeah, you can see this has had foam on top of it already, so we're gonna need to deal with that. But I found these boots, and they are basically like Crocs, but in boots form, so they're not holes of them everywhere. Crocs works otherwise really well for cosplaying because these are made in one solid piece. You can see the line here from the mold line, and how it goes here all the way around. So these are cast in some kind of a foamy, they're super light, foamy rubber, and they were like this tall to start with, like that tall maybe, something. And I just cut them down, and yeah, so this is what we're gonna use for our uh, feet most likely, unless we decide to go the ninja route really, because then we should have the split toe thingy going on here, of course. But yeah, that's what we're gonna use. Oh, by the way, can somebody do exclamation mark points? I want to see so that the points are active because they should be, but I'm not sure because we haven't done anything. Oh, have zero things. Yes, the things work. Cool. And hello, Max. What an introduction. What a way to say hi. Or have you been sneaking around for a while? Are you a sneaky Max? You're so sneaky. Yeah. How are you doing? So yeah. Oh yeah. I've used these before, so I had them for a while. But the plan is there is a plan. You kind of have to when you're building something on this like magnitude, you kind of have to have a plan in the end. Well, I guess you can make it up as you go along as well, but it's going to be really hard to keep focused. And for me, um, you got your first relic. Ooh, coolio. Way. Did you craft it, or did you just grind out to get all the coins to get it, or something? I'm good. We're building stuff. Uh, let's. I don't. It's mounted up. We're gonna turn the camera around. Where is the? There is the chest piece and the mask and the shoulder piece uh, that we're doing for this little cosplay thingy. This little like world championship play thingy. So stuff from your storage was more than expected. Yeah, you didn't think there was a plan, Shark? Of course there's a plan. And then we have tossed out the plans so many times, so you should know that there is a plan. It's not the same plan as when we started, but there is a plan. Well, actually, from the start it was more of an idea, and now it's more of a plan, I guess. I don't know. So not right now, because I was thinking that because that chest piece has all the parts on it now, and that was my goal for today. So we're just contemplating. Oh yeah, and we have neck thing. The best part about the neck thing is that I can actually squeeze this in to the armor when I already have it on, so I don't have to have this on when I try to wiggle this whole thing over my head. No, so we're concept evolved into plan. Yep, it's super effective indeed. It has seemed to work because we're ahead of schedule, so we're like not really sure where to go right now. Okay, if somebody comes up with a cool terrain idea, we'll do terrain, but it has to be really cool. I don't know. The glue gun is actually on, so that works well. Lower the temperature a little bit on that one. Maybe. Medieval tavern. We already talked about that. That's not your idea now. But yeah, maybe. Yeah, because dice towers are cool, but they don't seem to sell very well when I have tried to sell them before. Maybe I haven't tried to sell Tower D6 yet. But we have some huge chunks of XPS foam. Whoa, that fucked up the exposure totally. Sorry, camera. Camera doesn't want to. We could build terrain from EVA foam as well, but it's not. That's not super effective in my opinion. It's too wanting to bend, like it's not rigid enough for me for the most part. You can do dice towers of it actually. That kind of works. You know what we can start on? We can do actually. Actually, we could start on figuring out a weapon. No, because we need more stuff for that first. We're kind of at an impasse with the build. Just trying to figure out what to do now. Medieval tavern. Well, I guess that's it then. Is that it? That's it? Are we building a tavern now? I don't know. I'm not really feeling that anymore, actually. I don't know. I think the urge of building terrain has passed me for now, because I don't have a right finished idea. Let's bring back the papers. Hello, papers. Oh, gosh, I am so Johnny, but I'm not also not very well rested, so that might be also why I have a having some trouble focusing on what I would should want to make to want to do thingy mojingy. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, try and figure that out, and you'll have something to do with your life for a bit. Okay, sword thingy. We were talking about gun blades at one point, but I don't think that's an idea. If we're gonna do something, I think we should stick to like a sword. I was thinking about making some claws for the gauntlet. I need gloves. Holy moly! Sorry. So tiredness. could, I'm just standing looking at the neck piece and I'm thinking we could actually work with this because it's obviously not going to look like this. I'm going to figure out what I want to do with how this looks. Because I have some rubber bits and I'm thinking we could if we double them up like so, we could easily cover things up instead of just having them flat and having this sort of edge like that. So basically, yeah, something like that. Give it some volume, you know. Put some cables, maybe something in between. Because I don't want to build anything random from EVA foam because I want to save every bit of scrap of EVA foam that I have in case I need it for that project. So either we build something for the cosplay, which is the announced stream today, or we build something from some other materials. And then we're back to building terrain things again, but I really don't have much idea. Oh, fun blade pistol blade thing. Okay, here comes Shark with inspiration. Ah, it's got a magazine, but it's got a, like an old flintlock look. I like it. That's funny. That is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking also more of the classic flintlock, like so you have like a very sort of look, and then like gun blade. I don't know why it's shaped like a fish. It just is. Okay. So you have it's more like because there are I mean in reality there are some gun blades and it's not a common thing. Call it a day and load up for tomorrow's stream. I am starting to feel that to be honest, but we have just been online for like an hour. But yeah, if I can't figure out something to do, I'm not gonna stand here rambling about nothing for hours at an end. We'll do something or we'll go home, basically. So yeah, basically because I mean you could just make an actual knife thingy with like a barrel and then just like a trigger and then if you do, like angle it a bit like that you get more of a good shooting angle of things. Yeah, I'm starting, but it's just been an hour. It's just been an hour. It's one of those days then, eh? Everybody gets tired now. Yeah, because then I could actually be home because I have the revolver thingy because I have a half a finished thingy majingy. I think that's a pretty good idea, so you don't stay awake for too long. Yeah, I slept. I don't know how many times I woke up this night, to be honest. But yeah, because I kind of like the whole revolver idea, and this could just easily be elongated just a little bit to make it to a blade. Yeah, this was just like a thing that I built out of my head. Like, I want to try this. So we could do something like that. But more of a cyberpunky look, and yeah. But yeah, no, everybody that says I like this, I really like this. How it worked out with just like, let's like try and make a eight octagon shaped and octa shaped barrel and stuff. Uh, and it's just this for a blade gun. I think this handle angle is good. Random tiny things you build. I'll always take a look at things you have done. Even if I don't want more random inspiration, I'll have a look at stuff anyway, because that's fun. But yeah, so maybe something like that. Maybe I should actually try and print that. Keep up, so get milk plus cream, so we can have waffles. Okay, I like waffles. I'm gonna quit. I like the waffle idea. I'm gonna go bike home and uh, get some stuff so we can have waffles. Because it was the International Waffle Day yesterday and we didn't have waffles. Good night, sausage. Yeah, as you can hear, you can notice, and as my trusting partner and who knows me pretty well uh, points out, I'm getting into that unfocused rambling, and I'm not hungry. I ate quite a lot of good lunch. Well, not quite. I ate enough good lunch, so I'm not hungry. So for once, I think we're gonna call it super early. Actually, I could sculpt this if I get into the mood later at home and do a print of this actually. That might actually work out even better because then you can get all the things really even. Because if it's gonna look cyberpunk, it should have some really nice, crisp, sharp angles, and printing it will just be super, super easy. But yeah, that's a short stream for me, but we're not gonna get anything done. We're just gonna keep on rambling. There is absolutely zero point in that, in my opinion. And do I toss people back? Well, you are all hanging. Most of you are hanging out in Brush for Hire stream anyway. Uh, but it's always fun to raid people, right? Right? So, oh, kick, kick the camera. Do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Raid. Uh, raids. Yep, indeedio. Thank you for the hanging out today, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have actual plan for the rest of the day, because the day went just it literally went too well today. That's actually what happened. Uh, so we're gonna put up the ended screen, and we're gonna click on the thingamajiggy and do that. And as soon as this counts down, I will click for right now, and I'll see you over there.